I'm sorry for that. Honorable members, I've already welcomed all of you. We had a portfolio committee yesterday on visual, and we had to have this one physically. And the reason is the one we all know. Part of the legal advice was to advise us to have this session physically. Because it's more of an investigating process, in the sense that there were allegations that were leveled against our minister, and the office of the speaker sent that correspondence to us, including attaching a letter that instructed us to investigate those allegations, which were leveled against our minister by our suspended Director General. We seek a legal advice as to how we were to undertake that responsibility. If I can also be personal about that, I was reluctant to take that responsibility. That's why also I wanted to check with the legal advice that it is compelled. Are we compelled to execute that particular responsibility? Unfortunately, the ruling of the legal advice forced us, said, no, you're compelled. You are the relevant committee. Though the speaker can refer that responsibility to anyone, but this one is more relevant to your committee to investigate your own minister, especially if the allegations are directed to him. And also they advise us as to how to do that. One of the responsibilities we were given is to write to the minister and attach those allegations so that the minister can respond in writing, of which the minister did so. He did make a response in writing. After that, we were instructed to call the person who have made the allegations to formally make that presentation to this portfolio committee, of which it was in June when the suspended DG made his own presentation. I think all of us were there. And on the 7th or 9th, members will correct me if I'm confused. I'm confusing things. We were expected to meet the minister. I think 3 days after we have met, they were supposed to meet the minister in a meeting that was scheduled to take place at SAA's offices in Gauteng. Unfortunately, the minister was not ready. By then, he claimed that he didn't receive the manuscript, including the presentation that was made by the suspended DG. Therefore, he asked us to give him enough time so that he can go through that process and then come back to us as to when to be available when he's ready. Unfortunately, that process took much longer than anticipated. To the extent that the minister came to propose at the 7th of August Unfortunately, that day, because even also the time was very short for that, we could not be able to meet him on that particular day, because also it was a constituency day. It was on a Monday, and also most members, especially the ANC people, were already having a lot of programs that were supposed to be taken around the Mandela Month, around the Women's League, the Women's Month, and so on. Therefore, obviously, it was a very impossible day for us to have that session. He, therefore, between himself and the secretary, agreed on today's date later on. This is the date that was agreed with the minister. We were working around this 31st of August in Parliament. Unfortunately, last night, when it was totally impossible to communicate to any of the members and inform them that there is this letter. I received this letter, of which we all get that letter. I think all members see the letter, but the content of the letter is the second paragraph, which says, "I wish to inform the committee that I will not be able to attend the meeting because of ill health. I've been advised this evening not to travel by air by a specialist doctor." Also, it's not all doom. There is a positive part of the letter that I therefore request the committee to provide me with an alternative day to enable me to respond to the allegation. My office will liaise with the chairperson and the committee secretary to setting a new date for the meeting. That is actually the content of the correspondence in front of all of us. Now, I took as it will be very irresponsible for me to say last night to members that please don't come, because I know members have already traveled to Cape Town, most of them, and it will be also irresponsible in the morning to just say the meeting is not taking place. Rather, let's have this meeting and make this letter and present this letter to the committee members so that we can be in a position to decide what is the next step. But I must say that I am also experiencing some pressure from the Speaker's office. They have already indicated that we are taking too long to finalize this matter. And I'm afraid it's not possible to contest them on that, because we have taken more time than we anticipated. This was supposed to be a very simple process where the person making allegation make presentation, and the person who is alleged and state his case, and we just go and make a determination as a committee, and including recommendations to the Speaker's office, and then the process out of our hands. I thought that will be taking within a month or two, but now we have dragged this issue, and in most cases is the availability of the minister. Therefore, I hope let's respond to this issue in a much more positive. I'm saying let's be constructive in dealing with it. But because all what we want at the end of the day is for the minister to state his case, and then we make a determination, and then we continue with our lives. Yeah, we've got a lot of issues to deal with. We still have load shedding. We still have Dinel in trouble in ICU. We still have poor performance of our state-owned. We need to pay attention to those serious challenges that are affecting our country instead of dealing with this minor issue. Because to me, it's still a very little issue. Just one person say this, I didn't do this. If there are complications, those complications will be above us. They will be dealt at another level, you know. But for us, we're supposed to do this very quick, and it's out of our hands. That is it, honorable members. I'm sorry if I have taken too long, but I wanted to take, because I've noticed some of the members have not been in this committee for a long time. I wanted them so that they can be in a position to understand where we come from. That's why I give this, and others perhaps have been forgotten about this. Now I wanted all of us to be in the same wavelength in terms of understanding where we are. That is it, members. Yeah. Honorable, let me start. Are you all going to speak on the letter? Yeah. So that I just follow my style of chairing. Okay. I'll start with Honorable Jabu, and then followed by Kachalia, followed by Honorable Mhlongo. Are you still Mhlongo? Okay. Okay. Followed by Dlamini, and then we'll tell you that is it, honorable members. Come, Honorable Mkhwanazi.
Ngiyabonga Chairperson, Jabulile Mkhwanazi. Nice to meet you, honorable members, after such time. Chairperson, this must be noted. I hope it's translation icon in Parliament. Honorable Chairperson, the Minister is playing games with us. I'm short of a right word. You've taken us through. And after the meeting with the DG, we're supposed to finalize this matter. And it was the minister's office who requested that we see them separately, and we agreed on that. And I think with that agreement, we are being taken for a ride as this committee. After the meeting, the excuse that was saying he still needs to read the report, he still needs to get the information. I don't think it's fair to this court, to us, to this committee, because his office was there. His office was there, his PLO was there, his department was there when we were talking with Lokunja and with the DG. So I'm supporting what you are saying, that this was supposed to be a very simple a process. We see the DG, we see the minister, we did Lokunja in our report to the speaker. But why the delay? I think before we accept the Lokunja and the apology today from the minister, I think we need to be taken through to say why the delay, because there's been a delay to Lokunja to finalize the whole thing. Just to remind you, Chairperson and the committee, we still have to do the oversight with an SAA, which was cancelled on the 11th hour with this committee. And I think all of that is undermining the Lokunja in this committee. For me, Chairperson, I note the apology, but I just need to have, with the apology, I think we need to be given a detailed reasons why the minister is not able to attend to the matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mkhwanazi. Honorable Kachalia.
I'm just checking. This is news. There we are. Chair, thank you for the preface comments that you made. It puts the matter into perspective, and we thank you for this. I thank you for this. I note what the Minister has said in the letter I have before me. I wish to place on record that this is the second time that the Minister has postponed. Secondly, that this is a last-minute cancellation that was presented to us, to you and us, at last night. I'm not sure of the exact time, but perhaps you'll tell us what the exact time was. It was so late that you could not even tell us at that particular time, and we are now discussing it this morning. In addition to that, while the letter states reasons of ill health, there is no medical substantiation for this provided. I wish to point out that the Minister, by his own department's admission yesterday, was unable to attend our meeting, which was virtual, and the reason that was cited was that he was attending a cabinet meeting. So clearly he was well enough to attend a cabinet meeting, but by the time the letter was written in the evening, he was not well enough to attend. That needs to be investigated. In my view, taking all of this into consideration, and the Speaker's comments, with the Honourable Chair has referred to, that we must forthwith attend to this matter, the Minister must now provide a date in iron, set in stone, where he will attend, and, if necessary, that his doctors agree to, at a venue that that suits him in terms of his health. We will go to the mountain. We simply offered him, quite correctly, in terms of the Audi Alteram Partem rule, an opportunity to respond. He has not, for the reasons stated, on 2 occasions, and now I would suggest that he must be formally summoned. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Song.
Thanks, Chair. Chairperson, this is very disappointing that the Minister is not here, and we've got a lot of questions that we need to ask him in relation to this issue. But since he's not here, it's obvious that this meeting will not be proceeding. We're just talking for the sake. This is hide and seek. The Minister is running away from accountability. He does not want to come here and answer questions. And then we are like his children. We must go look for him. He's playing hide and seek. So he's hiding somewhere. We must just go and look for him and find him. I really don't want to agree with Honourable Kashala, what he's saying, that we must go to him. He must come here and account to us. It must be made clear that he needs to come here and account. He must stop playing. He's just playing, and he must be told that we will not tolerate it. The date that will be set for the next meeting, it must be made clear to him that he needs to come here and answer questions. Otherwise, he just calls us here to come here for nothing. It's not like we don't have any other things to do. Now wherever he is, like what Honourable Kashala is saying, he was fit enough yesterday to attend a cabinet meeting. When did you go to consult the specialist doctor? We must find out what time did the cabinet meeting end, and what time was he there to consult the doctor that told him that, no, you are not fit to fly, but you are fit to sit in a cabinet meeting that lasts for hours and hours, yet you can't fly. It is not true. It's not acceptable. If the Minister is really sick, perhaps he should resign and take care of his health, which ordinarily should be his priority, his health. If he's really, really sick, he must resign, and we get given somebody else as a minister, a person who is well enough and fit to do his duties.
Order,
If he's not fit enough to do his duties, Shame umuntu omdala is old, he must sit at home and nurse his ill health. But he can't want to bake his cake and then eat it himself. No. If he's sick, he must stay at home. Otherwise, he needs to come here and account. This is not acceptable, Chair. We don't accept it. Udlaluma paqelana nathi. We are not prepared to play hide and seek with him. Mapaqelana is hide and seek. We are not prepared to play hide and seek with him. We are not in the business of seeking for him everywhere. He knows he accounts to Parliament. He must come here. We will not go and look for him anywhere else. He must come to us. Thank you very much.